Leadership is not necessarily something that always comes naturally. It's a skill that needs to be practiced and honed, just like any other professional responsibility.
Leadership Knoxville made us question the why behind why we do things, the why behind why we innovate, why we lead.
What you really learn is that you're not leading by yourself. It's a whole bunch of other people that's leading. Now, how do you make connection with those other leaders?
And that's where you start to see positive change, is when you have collaboration between individuals. And so that happens at the Leadership Knoxville level, and then with Intro Knox, and then all the way down through LK Scholars, and then Youth Leadership Knoxville.
I am a member of what we call the MAST class, the Leadership Knoxville class of 2021, best class ever. Every class was an adventure. One of the greatest things was a gentleman that came in, he taught us the art of storytelling, which I use now. I'm an advocate for the community. So I was always able to come in under 5 minutes or 3 minutes, but now I know how to tell that story and get that attention immediately right off the bat.
My first exposure to LK was actually through my participation in the Introduction Knoxville course. The last day, the graduation day of sorts, is Arts Day, and that always happens in the Knoxville Museum of Art. We viewed a short documentary surrounding the creation of that incredible piece of glass and metal artwork that surrounds the Bailey Hall. Richard Jolly's Cycle of Life, Within the Power of Dreams and the Wonder of Infinity. All of the sort of idea synapses in my brain are firing, and I'm thinking, this is begging to be turned into a piece of music. We just premiered it in April of 2022 with violinist Tessa Lark. It was a real seminal moment for so many people who had come together to bring this piece to life, and the seed of all of it was planted in my Intro Knox experience.
Leadership Knoxville Scholars has been a hugely impactful program throughout my time at the university. It's been a medium where I'm able to connect with all these different people who are also really engaged on campus, but maybe in a different sphere of campus than I am.
Before Youth Leadership Knoxville, I was quite active in my school. We tried to help Farragut students, teach them debate and everything. But after Youth Leadership Knoxville, after realizing that I exist not just in Farragut, but in Knoxville, I started reaching out to contacts from other schools, and we've been able to help start a chapter at West High School. Youth Leadership Knoxville was critical in helping me realize that I was part of a much larger, much more connected whole.
Since Leadership Knoxville, I've been involved in building affordable housing for home ownership, and have taken the relationships that we had and we started in 2004. We have built houses that have changed streets and has changed neighborhoods, and they've changed our community. Really a direct benefit out of the people that we met in that class and then what it's become today.
I've built some wonderful relationships in Leadership Knoxville that seems like it's going to last a long time. The way I met George is through those relationship building aspect. We became great friends. We actually started up a group together called the OGs. We're just some old guys, but we call them original gangsters. But what we do is we have half white males, half black males. We welcome anybody. The more people you get around the table, the more impact you're going to be able to make. And the more ideas you're going to get, so you can broaden your perspective.
What we found is we have a lot in common, and it's like, wow, I never really understood that perspective on that issue. And let's talk about that. Let me learn about that, and I can grow from that. And it's just important to get to know people. Once I get to know your story and I know about you, then I look for opportunities to either grow that relationship, or how do I kind of plug you into someone else that really would maybe benefit from what you do.
We have to understand there's more leaders coming behind us. So how do we really impact them in a way where they're the change agents?
Because all the knowledge, all of the experience that you get from Leadership Knoxville can only help you help somebody else.
I don't know exactly what my future holds, but I know that it's not going to be distinct and separate from where I grew up, but rather I'm going to be applying what I'm learning back to the issues that I've seen in my hometown, so that hopefully with my future I grow as a person, but also Knoxville grows with me.